Hey everyone, Matt Walker here with what we were going to call Walker's Workshop. This is going to be episode 2, but apparently there is a guy in Wisconsin who's had his YouTube channel way longer than I have. So apparently I was going to accidentally steal the name from him. So we're going to try Walker Time, and this will be episode 2. Much shorter episode this week. We're actually spraying for ants. All right. And I know that doesn't sound very intriguing, but we've had ants. Got a guest appearance by Gizmo, the cat. Come here, buddy. Maybe if I pick him up, he'll shut up during the recording. Now, Gizmo. All right, buddy. Anyway, we've had ants. They're not fire ants. They're little bitty, small black ants. They don't bite. They don't have raised beds. So, but they're everywhere on our place. And we've been here since 2015. And we've tried baits, we've tried broadcasting, spreader, different things, and literally, and they would go away for a few months, and then they would come back. And a good buddy of mine, Greg Sproul, we go to church with, he was on episode 1 welding a little bit with us. I don't know who recommended it to him or where he got it from, but he tried something and a product, and it worked. And so I tried it the other day, and that product is Taurus. I've heard of Taurus before. I've heard of this product, but it was for killing termites, and that's what it's really known for. And I had no idea that it killed ants. And sure enough, you can go to a website, and the website that I got it from, I'll post it on the link. I think it's Do My Own. It's kind of like a do-it-yourself type website. But this is expensive. This is 78 ounces. This is concentrate, and it was $100, and plus the shipping, I think I paid $105 and some change. And so this makes a lot of gallons. Like I said, this is concentrate, and it's potent. Now the key ingredient, everything I read about, this is a pretty new ingredient. It's Fipronil, starts with an F. If you can see it and zoom in at the top, Fipronil. I can't spell. Fipronil, Fipronil or Fipronil, however you pronounce that, 9.1%. That's the key ingredient. That's a relatively new ingredient, and it's some bad stuff, I'm telling you. So I sprayed earlier. Actually, today's Sunday, so I sprayed Friday afternoon, and I've checked the spots that I sprayed, and I'll show this to you here in a little bit. Those ants are gone. I mean, they actually killed them, some of these ants on spot, but I sprayed around my shop. The main reason my wife wanted me to spray, we're trying to get this under control, was our bees. We have honeybees, and she does. And so they were actually starting to infest the beehives. And so we did around that, and we did around our chicken coop and our duck coop. So I've got some other, I'm gonna spray around the house. And they say anywhere from 3 to 5 days. Well, it hadn't even been 3 days, and those ants are gone. It's pretty impressive. They don't bite. Like I said, they're just a nuisance. And so they can be devastating to a bee colony and to a beehive, rather. And it's got the pre-marks here where that's very common. And the recommended, they have the videos on the website for spraying for termites and spraying for ants. It's a little bit different application. So this is just a typical backpack sprayer. This one's pretty big. It holds 4 gallons. And so the recommended, it's a strong dose, is the top line. It's a little bit more, 0.8 ounces. That's for every gallon. So I did this 4 times into 4 gallons. So whenever you're mixing, a couple hints that I've just come across when you're mixing things, like typically I always use that for weed killer. You know, the old Roundup. Now there's a lot of different generic products that work great. Roundup you can get at Tractor Supply or other places like that. But I would mix the concentrate for the weed killer I'm talking about, and I would also always add some Dawn, like some dishwashing liquid, and that just kind of acts like a surfactant. But when you do that, you always want to put that Dawn in last. That's the very last thing you want to put in. So I would put like a gallon or 2 of water, then I'd put the Roundup, but it's not Roundup, whatever the weed killer is. And then, but if you put that Dawn in early and you put water on top of that, it's going to sud up like crazy and take you forever to fill up. And so at the very end, I would put my Dawn in. And I can't remember the recommended dosage. You can look it up online. And typically a good 16 ounces to 4 gallons is plenty. It's probably actually too much, but so whatever the gallon is, 4 ounces, 4 to 6 ounces per gallon. Again, that might be strong. You can look it up. There's tons of recommendations for that. I thought that was the case with this. This might set up this Taurus, and I didn't see it as a case. I'm gonna try it again today. I'm gonna try it a different way. So I put the Taurus in there last, and I'm actually gonna go halfway. I'm gonna go about 2 gallons, put my my Ford, like my 3.2 ounces, that's that 0.8, that top line, 4 times, and then I'm gonna put some more water on top of it and see if that suds up. But anyway, what you wanna do is you wanna make sure you shake it up really, really good. Well, the catch is this stuff is some pretty bad stuff. So I've got steel toe boots on. I have long pants, long shirt, and I actually, my wife had these. I don't know how they fit me, but they do. And rubber gloves, and they're long, and so you just want to be really, really careful. Again, I'll wash up real good when I get done, so be on the safe side. And so I'm not trying to scare you as far as I'm just not going to take a chance on it. But I'm telling you, this product works. It needs to have at least 24, if it could have 48 hours to dry before rain comes. Obviously, you would like for it to be the wind not blowing at all, and it's not. I mean, it's 80 degrees out here, and I really don't want to have this long sleeve shirt on, but again, I'm just doing it for precautionary measures. The wind's not blowing real bad at all, and so I'm going to apply this and see how it goes. So we'll get some more footage and of application here in just a second. I'm filling this thing up with water, easing it up. Always rinse out really, really good when I get done. A couple reasons. I want to make that thing last longer. I'll run a lot of water through that sprayer. I'm going to get it to about 2 gallons, about halfway, and I'm going to add the product. I'm telling you, this is so far preliminary. This stuff works incredible. And again, I'm going to spray my house as well for termites later, but that'll be a different application as far as how to apply it under the house and around the house and create some barriers. So all right, so I'm gonna do again, where it says at 0.8, you'll tip it over here, get it right. If you overflow it, you tip it back, and get that right, then undo this cap and pour it in. So I'm gonna do that 4 times real fast. In just a second. All right, so again, all right, it's way too much, so I just kind of pour it back, and that's just right at that 0.8 line. I'm not gonna make this big a batch. I'm just gonna do 3 gallons today, because I'm gonna do it around my house in a couple other spots. Like I said, I want to conserve this the best way I can, because this stuff is expensive. But I'm telling you, it works. I've wasted so much. I not wasted, but just tried other products, so I guess wasted, that just don't work. And again, I don't know what type of ant this is. We're gonna do one more. Yeah, I don't know what type of ant this is, but hopefully it's about to be dead ants. And 3. So I'm gonna pour this in here and shake it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna pour 1 more gallon of water on top of that and go from there. Here we go. Again, being really careful of not trying to drip that anywhere, because I don't want it on my hands. And so I'm about to put the rubber gloves on when I get to start spraying here in just in a minute, be on the safe side. All right, so now I've got it added. I don't know if you can see that, whatever. I'm gonna put another gallon of water on top of that. I've already got 2 in it. I just put the top on, picked it up, kind of agitated a little bit. I'm gonna put more, and then when I'm pumping and I'm moving, I'm pumping the sprayer up and I'm spraying, I'll probably look like an idiot going around, but again, I just want to make sure that's really good and stirred up, blended real well, because that is some really strong stuff, and I don't want to waste it. So I want to make sure. And then obviously the first little bit that's coming through the hose is probably not going to be good mix. So when I get done, I'll try to, or I'll just do a little test area, wait about a few seconds, and then hit that area again so that I know that the product is coming through the line, if that makes sense. So in other words, when I did my shop, I went 10 feet over the same stuff at the end to where I knew that product, that concentrated, that mix was coming through the line, because at the very beginning it's not. It may take 10 to 20 seconds for that to get through, if that long. I don't think it sudded up real bad. No, it really didn't. So you could actually, put a little bit of water in, or put a gallon of water in, put all your product in, and then put water on top of that. It'll just help stir it up as you go. It's just whatever you want to do. And then I'll put it down there really, really tight. Not crazy tight, but pretty tight. And again, I'm just that stirred up pretty good. I'm gonna put that on here in a second. And then, like I said, it's a hand pump to the bottom left there as I go to spraying, and then I will continue to spray that up as I spray. Continue to shake it up as I spray. So again, I think I won this backpack sprayer years ago with a prize. I can't remember what it was. Maybe a golf tournament or something. Certainly wasn't from my golf plan, but our team happened to get a prize or something, or my name got drawn. I think it was a random drawing. That makes more sense. But you can see the left pump there. You just go up and down. That builds up pressure in the bottom, and then it sprays through the applicator tip. And so you can adjust that obviously for how wide or near you want. I'll have a wide band going right now. So this will be the episode for today. We'll take a couple more videos here in a second of just showing that application. Again, we're just gonna do it around the house, and we'll check some spots. I will show you this real quick. We did the shop. I did the shop all the way around the shop. The videos online say you basically want to go about a 12 to 18 inches on either side. And so I would go onto the structure, or if it's the house, I'll show that in a minute how I'm going to do the house. But about 12 to 18 inches on one side, 12 to 18 inches on the other. Now, the state of California has some more strict. I think it's 6 inches and 6 inches. But the video shows how to do that. So this was old cardboard box I have not thrown away yet. Looks kind of junky, but when I moved this, man, it was just, there were ants everywhere. And I actually sprayed right on them just to see. And those little bitty dots right there, those are dead ants. And so it killed them immediately. And so, but I sprayed around these pillars, bases of these columns here, and then obviously went all the way around the entire concrete structure. Very satisfied with the effects. So we'll get to that here in just a second. Finishing this up. I want to show you future projects. We're going to replace the floor. That trailer, we bought it in 2012, my dad did. And he passed a couple years ago, so I'm using the trailer. I'm going to redo that floor. So that floor is not even 10 years old. And we've used it a lot. We haul a lot of firewood, cut a lot of firewood, haul four-wheelers and things, different places. So that'll be an episode here down the road, replacing the floor of that trailer. And then, let's see here. We'll also finally ordered a trailer jack. I'm gonna take out this trailer jack to my four-wheeler trailer and put one here that swivels. All right, so that way we can hook this little trailer, a little 6x10, hook it up to the back of a four-wheeler. That way that trailer jack won't be in the way. And there it is right there. Again, that's one that just swivels. We have some spare tire mounts that we've got to do a little retrofitting. That's my buddy, my partner, Don Haney, his trailer, and mine here. One of his old trailers that I bought from him, it has the same problem. You can see where this angle iron is too close to this fender well. And so we're gonna weld a new piece of angle iron right here, and that's where we will mount the spare tire mount. We have the spare tires. Those have been purchased. Don's had one, I got one, and so that will be another episode as well. Looking forward to that. And then also another episode will be us welding a, basically a table, if you will, for lack of a better word, for my wife's honeybees. Her honeybees, to get them up off the ground a little bit easier to work with and keep them hopefully away from other insects. Hopefully this spray is taking care of the ant problem. We'll find out today as well. All right, let's get after it. All right, so here we are. We're gonna start right here. I'm trying to film as well as spray, but I just want to give you an idea on the application. So, like I said, about 6 to 18 inches on either side. I'm actually gonna come back and hit this because I've just started. So I know now I can smell it. Now the product is coming through. It's not a super strong smell, but I will do this. All right, that's a flat surface. And so when I get here to a wall, which I'm gonna do around my whole house, about 12 to 18 inches up and down. So we'll do that all the way around the house. All right, so I'm done. I used all the product, went around the house. We'll take a walk. I just could not spray and film at the same time. My daughter and wife were busy. So I've rinsed it out, and then I put some water in about halfway. I've pumped it up, and I'm just trying to run water through that line and just let it go for a while. We'll pump it up again. Then I'll come back, check that later. Oh, the rubber gloves. I don't know, I'm really gonna talk myself into wearing those every time I spray this stuff, but it's not fun at all. It's, like I said, it's 80, 81 degrees out here. It's hot. And I just think I might just wash my hands really, really good afterwards. I'm telling you, after 3 minutes wearing those things, your hands get all sweaty. You can't, anywho. I know, it's better than getting sick, I guess, whatever, but I will say this, just to give you an idea of whatever problem you're having. Like I said, these ants, they don't have beds that are raised out of the ground. And so I knew they were cutting across my shop whenever I'd leave some trash out or trash bag and garbage, hadn't thrown it away. Man, there'd just be lines of them. You know how ants do. So the best way to attack something like that is just create a barrier all the way around the shop, okay? Or your house, which I'm about to show that. And then, again, the reason you go 12 to 18 inches on either side as they carry it through. Now, that I sprayed on those directly, and it killed them. But after it dries, the idea is when they go through that barrier, it doesn't kill them. They'll carry it back to their, to their bed, and it kills the all of them. Just got a great report from my wife. She was out there in her bee suit earlier. I'll show you the beehives. And she said there's not a single ant out there anymore. And it hadn't even been 3 days. It's been 2 days. And got just fantastic results from that product. Taurus SC. Again, that main ingredient you want is Finopril, or I don't know how you pronounce it, Finopril. It's pretty new, 9.1%. This is concentrated. It's expensive, but like I said, you dilute it and it makes a lot of gallons. And so for this application, ant application, I'm going to end up buying some more because I want to treat my house for termites, and that's a completely different application. But I think I showed how you do it on the house. You just go up about 12 to 18 inches and 12 inches under the ground. And this is some really, really good stuff. And we did this is Friday, today's Sunday, Friday afternoon is when I did all this originally. And I just did the house just a second ago today. But did the chicken coop, did the duck coop, and then down there you can see the beehives. We've got 3 beehives. And again, I just did a barrier around all 3 of them, and it worked tremendously. So I went around the entire house, here in between the garage. And so again, it's not supposed to rain today. So long as I think it says 24 to 48 hours and it dries, it does a great job. So very satisfied with this product and looking forward to using it for termites. Again, that'll be a more lengthy process, but as far as obviously you want it to dry so it's not dangerous to your other animals. But we have dogs, we have cats, and but it dries pretty quickly, especially when it's 80 degrees outside. So very excited to see the results here. I'm telling you, these ants, again, thank God they didn't bite, but just an incredible nuisance. So anyway, all right, so that's going to do it for this week's episode of now we're going to call it Walker Time. We're going to try that until we find out somebody else stole that name too before I came up to doing a YouTube video. Anyway, we'll go with that, but it was a lot shorter episode this time. Again, still draining that that tank out, but again, I know a lot of us, you may not have 5.5 acres, but just in your yard, if you're having trouble getting rid of ants, try this product. Again, like I said, it's expensive, so small application that will last you years. And I think you can, it'll say it, read the labels, but you can treat up to twice a year. You don't want to do it more than that. So excited about it. Excited about our next projects to come up. Again, we're going to redo the floor to that 18-foot trailer. We're also going to fix up our 4-wheeler trailers with Don, add his spare tire mount, but we've got to add those two pieces of angle iron and to both our trailers, and then the swivel jack for my 4-wheeler trailer, and then we will build basically like a table, so to speak, to put those 3 beehives on top of, make it easier for Christy to work and to get to it, keep it off the ground so it won't be as exposed to other insects. And so got some cool ideas. We're also going to be here in the next month or two cutting some firewood, splitting some firewood. And so we've got chainsaws. I've got some chainsaws, and I've got a hydraulic splitter that we'll be using, and see our girls in action. They know how to work that lever and stack firewood with the best of them. And then a couple of the guys, coaches, and I, we're going to build some deer stands, at least 2. We're going to shoot for 4 shooting houses, try to retrofit. We're getting older, so we don't care about getting super duper high up in the air, but we're going to try to do something that's economical. And we'll be honest with you. We'll say, hey, we spent too much money or this amount of money, but we want it to be practical, and so we can carry our families and enjoy God's outdoors. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in episode 3. Have a great one.